Well, hello, good evening everybody. What is going on? It is Connor, we're back here. We're in the Juve top today. And we need to discuss a few bits, don't we? And it includes Djordje Petrovic, it includes Habib Diarra, and now it includes Noah Siddiqui. Now, Connor, why are you going on about this? It's flipping 2:30. And you're panicking about something. I'm not panicking. But are Sunderland just stealing all of Leeds' players? All of Leeds' targets? I'm only joking. That sounds extremely arrogant, doesn't it? Because players are on the market and players are there for trading with multiple clubs, not just Leeds United, for goodness sake. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because it looks like at this moment in time, Sunderland have reached an agreement with Union Gilets for Noah Siddiqui. 17 million quid plus an add-on or two for Noah Siddiqui. And obviously he's big target of Leeds United's, apparently, on the shortlist. We spoke about multiple things this morning, including midfielders, of which Leeds are interested in. Won't be going on about that too much here, but it's just more of like a reaction to what the rhetoric has been and what's happening. Not only that, Sunderland appear to be close to finalising a deal for Djordje Petrovic, the goalkeeper who apparently Leeds United have also been touting. So yeah, this has caused a bit of a frenzy online. I've been getting messages over the last hour. Connor, what the hell is going on? I can't tell you. All I can tell you, being brutally honest, is Leeds United's target market must now, or our number one priority, must be giants. Noah Siddiqui not in the giant category. Neither obviously is Habib Diarra. But when it comes to obviously Djordje Petrovic, yeah, he is very much of the giant category. Now let's bring a little bit of logic down to this. I'm going to provide a bit of calmness and tranquility, everybody. So Leeds this morning heavily interested, and yesterday, in Anton Stack. What do we know about Anton Stack? Well, apparently Daniel Farke is a massive fan. Leeds are big fans, and they've been tracking his progress for a while. There's all the flight trackers are going on and all this sort of stuff, all the rumours behind the scenes when it comes to nothing confirmed yet. But you do wonder if Leeds United have got their number one target when it comes to Anton Stack. As I said, this came out of nowhere. The YEP report confirmed that he's upper echelon when it comes to one of Leeds' big targets. As I've just mentioned, the manager's a fan of him. Apparently everybody behind the scenes is a fan of him, and he's available for a good fee. You actually look at the Union Gilets fee when it comes to Noah Siddiqui and what we've been speaking about on the rumour mill. It's upwards of 20 million euros, isn't it? So if you can get Anton Stack for 13 to 17 million quid, you've got a player there who for me, at the start of the window, if you'd have offered me Anton Stack as your midfield option, I'd have been like, absolutely yes. You know, every day, twice on a Sunday. Anton Stack is, for me, an exceptional player, of which should have been on the shortlist when it comes to Leeds' top targets at the beginning of the window. You know, we did Connor 6 picks right at the beginning. Anton Stack was part of the midfield shortlist back then as well, but he just, like you hear Fofana, seemed very unattainable, you know. So as Perry, obviously the goalkeeper at Lyon, unattainable with, you know, it's a market opportunity now with what's happened with Lyon, that Leeds are even able to go in and test the waters with Perry. So yeah, I think there's a lot of context. I wouldn't lose your minds about it, everybody. I wouldn't think chaotic thoughts. If Leeds are able to get Goodmanson in, Perry, if we're able to then get in, you know, like Anton Stack, exceptional. I think that's really good. I think that's a fantastic week for Leeds United. What you do have to say, though, with Sunderland, is with Petrovic coming in as well, Siddiqui, Diarra, these have been Leeds targets. These have definitely been Leeds targets. It's just whatever Leeds are prioritising now. For all we know, Anton Stack could be flying to Leeds at this moment in time or in the near future to sign a medical, to go through a medical, sign for Leeds United and get that done. We have absolutely no idea. That could be happening right now. The exact same with Goodmanson. Could be happening right now. So there's a lot of context to be applied to this. As I've mentioned, I wouldn't be losing my mind right yet. I mean, we're speaking about Noah Siddiqui this morning. Frankfurt were in for him. Obviously Sunderland have been flirting, but they've not really been convincing when it's come to the actual front runners for Siddiqui. It's been Brentford, it's been Frankfurt, and obviously Leeds have been in there as well. So what you have got to say is Sunderland are meaning a bit of business this year. They really are. You know, a combination in that midfield of Diarra and Siddiqui. It's youth again, it's 20, it's 21, it fits that Sunderland mould again. Petrovic is 25. It's not an old profile when it comes to a goalkeeper. It does fit that Sunderland mould, of which is young and upward trajectory again. So I still think they need a lot of experience in that side. Sorry about that. Experience in that side, whether or not it's Henderson, whether or not it's maybe another reserve goalkeeper between the sticks, I'm not sure, Sam Johnston, etc. Or someone who can battle out for that number one spot. Maybe it is Johnston, and maybe it would be someone like Georgia Petrovic. But overall, what you have got to say about Sunderland is they look like they mean business. Look like they mean some serious business. So it's going to be three really good signings for them altogether when it comes to Habib Diarra. Once again, when it comes to obviously Noah Siddiqui, and when it comes to Petrovic, I guess that would be my only concern. But it's very, very early for Sunderland when it comes to, you know, when it comes to the youth side of things. I think they need to add a little bit of experience, a few older heads in there. But this very much does feel like a Sunderland set of profiles. As I said, when it comes to their age and their upward trajectory and how they've kind of always been playing in this Moneyball approach when KLD has been in charge of the club. So it's a big tick point when it comes to Sunderland. I do like when it comes to Leeds, and I didn't mention this morning, but an additional point that I wanted to mention when it came to maybe Leeds and Burnley was, and I didn't mention it this morning on the rumour, but I thought was quite impressive, is how Leeds have managed to wave goodbye to Joe Rothwell and Manor Solomon and Junior Firpo. Rumours around Firpo's camp that there wasn't actually a big juicy offer there, and they couldn't find an agreement or reach an agreement with Leeds United. So to me, that's saying that players who've done well for us this season, thank you. But unlike Dan James, who's been offered this new contract, you're not good enough. You're not good enough for the Premier League. That's what maybe Leeds are thinking behind closed doors. And that is the ruthless approach. And that is, when it comes to outgoings, the side of things I quite like when it comes to Leeds United right now. It's a different, cold approach, which doesn't take into account sentiment too much. Years ago, we'd have given them all deals. And I think that's what I'm enjoying about this new Leeds United under the 49ers, and obviously Farker at the helm. So I'm hoping, unlike Burnley, who have had to really give, you know, players who've been on loan full-time contracts, permanent contracts, Leeds haven't done that. And I think that's a big tick when it comes to Leeds United. That's just an additional point to this. But Sunderland, just to wind up all the Sunderland fans here, apologies. I'm always very kind to Sunderland. I've just been doing a video on Newcastle's, that's why. But yeah, good signings for Sunderland. But if you are to give me an option, I'll be brutally honest with you, and I'm not just saying this, you guys know that, you know, I am a fan of Anton Stack. If you are to give me options of Diarra, and look, we're talking about profiles, you know, with Sunderland, it feels like they are really going for youth and the upward trajectory when it comes to that, and the potential sell-on value, etc. It feels like with Leeds United, the profile of which we're going for is physicality and pure athleticism, and that is the difference between someone like Siddiqui, Diarra and Stack. You know, it's not that these two in particular are not going to be ball winners, are not going to be jewel merchants, are not going to be really good in and around covering ground and you know, being box to box in effect when it comes to Diarra and Siddiqui. But it feels like the type of player Leeds are going for this window really relies on height. It relies on maybe set pieces as well, but obviously that technical ability as well. But Bornau, 6'4", Rodon, 6'4", Strauch, 6'4", Biol, 6'4", Stack, 6'4". It just feels like there is a type of player that Leeds United are looking to have in and around the squad this season. So, and when you look once again at that midfield, Ampadu, I keep saying this, and Tanaka, I think are a Premier League pivot. So you've got to effectively improve on that and find the right balance when it comes to that midfield. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, everybody. Are you panicking? Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the video from earlier on. See you in a bit.